Falkenrath is this idea that we're going to fix this like we do a Hollywood episode. These things can take a long time.
Yeah, this investigation goes a very long time. The bomber from the Atlanta Olympics in 1996, Eric Rudolph, was on the lam until 2003. So these things can take a very long time to track down. And if it's an international plot, by now they could easily be out of the country, as some of the 1999 bombers of the World Trade Center were.
And Sir Ray Kelly yesterday, the commissioner of New York, and in my conversation with him, he was adamant that the CSI-ification of our perception of how law enforcement works is just nothing like the reality that they have to deal with right now. I feel overwhelmed, Richard. We're here with diagrams of pressure cookers with nails and ball bearings in them, guesses, of course, that dramatic photo. Are we just catching up with reality, or for you as a pro, is this a new event, or has this always been there?
No, it hasn't always been. This is really a post 9/11 world that we have. Pre 9/11, there was not this preoccupation with domestic security. There's not this big homeland security and counterterrorism apparatus that we have now. It is frankly serving us well. I mean, many of the response that we saw 2 days ago in Boston was more expert, more prepared than it would have been 12 years ago. And the investigative effort, although as yet not yielding a suspect as far as we know, is more formidable than it was pre 9/11.
Can you make it's nothing that I would ever mention, but can you begin to delineate this as a domestic or an international event over the simple idea of a pressure cooker bomb?
I would put it this way. There's a slight speculative yield toward domestic at this time, but it's slight and it's totally speculative.
Okay, it's fair.
But even after the pressure cookers, because we seen those types of bombs being used in Pakistan and Afghanistan?
We have, where there are a lot of pressure cookers, but it's a tried and true recipe. And in fact, it is published in the Anarchist Handbook, which is one of the terrorist Bibles from the 1970s of the white extremist groups. So both, this is a common technique. All you're trying to do is increase the pressure around the explosive.
So you really can't jump to any conclusion.
What is your confidence today that film and video will assist in this investigation?
100%. No question. I mean,
that's the core of the
100%.
issue, is everything's filmed.
And now what they've got is, since they have the sense that they have a relative size of it, it's a substantial thing, bigger than a purse, probably smaller than a backpack, relatively heavy, it's metal, and it's been carried and delivered in blue satchels and nylon. They know exactly what to look for as they do their painstaking video canvas.
Would you go to the London Marathon this week?
Absolutely. And I think everyone else should who's thinking about it. And they should go to the Five-Borough Bike Tour, and people should continue to go about their daily lives and feel confident in their own safety.